Every bad situation will have something positive. Even a dead clock shows a correct time twice a day. Good morning everyone and welcome to the online class for physics. Let us continue with chapter number 4 and today let us study about Snell's laws and refractive index. Both of them are very important and surely you will get questions from this part for board examinations. First of all, let us revise some of the important terms we have studied in the previous class. We know what refraction is. Refraction is change in the path of light when light travels from one medium to another medium. And also we have studied about how light changes its path. We know when light travels from one optically rarer medium to optically denser medium, light bends towards the normal and speed of light decreases. And when light travels from optically denser medium to rarer medium, light bends away from normal and speed increases. Please note, optical density and the density that we normally study are different. In optical density, optics means light. Optical density denotes the speed of light in a particular medium. If optical density is more, speed of light is less. All those who are feeling difficulty in understanding these terms, please do watch the first class of this chapter. Now let us take two mediums. Let one medium be air and another medium be water. We know air is rarer medium and water is a denser medium. Let an incident ray travels from air to water at an angle of incidence is equal to I1 and the ray bends towards the normal at an angle of refraction is equal to R1. Okay. Now let us plot one more incident ray at some other angle of incidence. Let that angle of incidence be I2 and angle of refraction for that angle of incidence is equal to R2. Now let us plot one more incident ray passing through the same medium, that is air to water, at an angle of incidence is equal to I3 and angle of refraction for that is equal to R3. Now, if we compare these three cases, what is the difference here? Obviously, angle of incidence in all the three cases are different and angle of refraction in all the three cases are different. And what similarity we can see here? Obviously, medium is same in all the three cases. Okay, good. But there is one more similarity which was proposed by a scientist called Willebrord Snell. And what was his discovery? He calculated the ratio of sine of angle of incident to the sine of angle of refraction of all the three cases. And do you know what happened? He got same answers for all the three cases. That means sine of angle of I1 divided by sine angle R1 is equal to sine angle I2 divided by sine angle of R2 is equal to sine of angle of I3 divided by sine of angle of R3. All the answers are same or constant value for all the ratios. And what do you mean by sine? Please do not pronounce it as sin, it is sine. Sine is a trigonometric value. Trigonometry is a branch of mathematics which you must have studied in mathematics. In any right angle triangle, the sine of an angle is the length of the opposite side of that triangle divided by the length of the hypotenuse of the same triangle. So, whatever angle we take as angle of incidence for a pair of medium, please note we should not change the medium here. ratio of sine of angle of incidence to sine of angle of refraction is a constant. So let us define. Number 1, the ratio of sine of angle of incidence I to the sine of angle of refraction R is constant for a pair of given medium. That is, mathematically, sine I divided by sine R is equal to constant. This is one of the laws of refraction, or this law is called as Snell's laws of refraction. And the other law is number 2, the incident ray, the refracted ray and the normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. So there are two laws of refraction, or Snell's laws of refraction are as follows. Number 1, the incident ray, the refracted ray and the normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. Number 2, the ratio of sine of angle of incidence I to the sine of angle of refraction R is constant for the pair of a given medium. That is, sine I divided by sine R is equal to constant. This constant we can call by a term called refractive index. It is denoted by a Greek letter pronounced as mu. M-E-W, mu. Okay, fine. Before studying further about refractive index, let us study the effects on speed of light, frequency and wavelength due to refraction. That means, when refraction takes place, what happens to the speed of light, frequency and wavelength? We have already studied about speed of light. When light travels from rarer medium to denser medium, speed decreases. And when light travels from denser medium to rarer medium, speed increases. So I hope no more explanation is needed and we know the effect on speed due to refraction. So the second term, that is frequency. Remember, frequency always depends on the source. So if we consider a light and its refraction, its source will be always same. So if source does not change, frequency also will not change. So there is no change in frequency due to refraction of light. Please note, there is no change in frequency due to refraction of light. And now the third term, that is wavelength. We have studied a formula in smaller classes, that is V is equal to F lambda, where V is velocity or speed of light and F is frequency and lambda is wavelength. So the formula lambda is equal to V divided by F, velocity divided by frequency. We know frequency is a constant quantity, so wavelength is depending on speed and both are directly proportional. That means if speed increases, wavelength also increases, and if speed decreases, wavelength also decreases. So as we have already studied about speed of light, when light travels from rarer medium to denser medium, speed decreases, so wavelength also decreases. When light travels from denser medium to rarer medium, speed increases, so wavelength also increases. Now let us study about refractive index. We know when light is traveling in optically rarer medium, speed of light is more, and when light travels in optically denser medium, speed of light is less. As I have already told, optical density is not same as density. Optics means study of light. So optical density is the density related to the light. Optical density can be measured by a term called refractive index. We know when optical density is more, speed of light is less. So refractive index mu is inversely proportional to speed of light. That means mu is inversely proportional to 1 by V. To understand better, let us take two medium, medium 1 and medium 2. Let the refractive index of medium 1 be mu1 and speed of light in that medium is V1. And let refractive index of medium 2 is equal to mu2 and speed of light in medium 2 is V2. Therefore, as mu is inversely proportional to V, mu1 is equal to 1 by V1 and mu2 is equal to 1 by V2. Comparing mu2 divided by mu1, that is refractive index of second medium divided by refractive index of first medium, is equal to 1 by V2 divided by 1 by V1, which is equal to V1 divided by V2. Mu2 divided by mu1 is also can be written as like this, and it is read as refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. So, refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium is equal to V1 divided by V2. For example, let us take a first medium as air, and we know speed of light in air is equal to 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second. And let us take glass as the second medium. Speed of light in glass is equal to 2 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second. So, refractive index of glass with respect to air is equal to speed of light in air divided by speed of light in glass. So, refractive index of glass with respect to air is equal to 3 into 10 raised to power 8 divided by 2 into 10 raised to power 8, which is equal to 3 by 2, that is equal to 1.5. So, refractive index of glass with respect to air is equal to 1.5. We can understand two things from this. Number one, refractive index is more than 1, so glass is optically denser. Number two, refractive index is more than 1, so speed of light will decrease. Now an important question. What do you mean by refractive index of glass is equal to 1.5? This question is very important. It usually comes for board examinations. It means that light travels in air 1.5 times faster than in glass. So I hope you have understood what refractive index is. Now there is a term called absolute refractive index. Absolute refractive index is just simple. We have to compare the speed of light in a medium with respect to speed of light in air. So always we are comparing the speed of light in any medium with respect to speed of light in air, as we have seen in the previous example. Speed of light in glass we have compared with speed of light in air. So always absolute refractive index will be more than 1, because maximum speed for light is in air or in vacuum, or speed of light in any medium is always less than that in air. So we have two formulas for refractive index. Number one, we have studied as Snell's law. Refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium is equal to sin I divided by sin R, which is a constant. So definition of refractive index is the refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium is defined as the ratio of the sine of angle of incidence in the first medium to the sine of angle of refraction in the second medium. And formula number 2, refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium is equal to speed of light in first medium divided by speed of light in second medium. Now the last topic of today's class, factors affecting refractive index of a medium. This part is very important for board examinations. Usually these questions comes for board exams. Please remember, if factor is asked, just name the factors only. And if it is asked how the above stated factors are related, then you must write the relation. Usually, the factors are asked without relationships and certain students write its relations too. There is no problem in that. But if you make mistake in any of the relations, you may lose your complete marks. So in physics, always stick to the points and only answer to the question that is asked. Okay, fine. Now the factors depending refractive index. There are three factors. Number one, nature of the medium. Number two, temperature of the medium. And number three, color or wavelength of light. Let us study each factor elaborately. Number one, nature of the medium. We know more the optical density, more is the refractive index, and less the optical density, less is the refractive index. For example, refractive index of glass is equal to 1.5, refractive index of water is equal to 1.3, and refractive index of diamond is equal to 2.4. From these examples we can see that diamond is optically denser than water and glass is optically denser than water. Number two, temperature of a medium. We know as temperature increases, kinetic energy of molecules in a medium also increases. And as kinetic energy increases, speed also increases. So as speed is inversely proportional to refractive index, speed increases, refractive index decreases. Therefore, temperature is inversely proportional to refractive index. Number three, color or wavelength of light. Please note, color and wavelength are not separate terms. It is same. Why I am saying this? Because if two factors are asked for examinations and you write the answer as number one color and number two wavelength, you will not get full marks. You will get only half marks because both of these factors are same. So how color or wavelength are depending the refractive index? We know speed of light of all the colors are same in air or vacuum. But in any other transparent medium, speed of different colors are different. So in other medium, speed of red is more and of violet is least. We know wavelength of red is more than that of violet. As speed of red is more, refractive index is less. We know red has more wavelength and more speed. Therefore, more wavelength or less is the refractive index, less wavelength more is the refractive index. Therefore, violet color which has less wavelength has more refractive index and red color which has maximum wavelength has least refractive index. Thus, wavelength is inversely proportional to refractive index. So that is the end of today's class. If someone treats you bad, just remember that there is something wrong with them, not in you. Normal people do not go around destroying other people. With this thought, let me conclude. Thank you. Have a great day. May God bless you all.